Well, it's not been 40 days and 40 nights just yet, but the rain continues to pour down here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, as it has all week long, where tonight, Sounders FC 2 plays host to Rio Grande Valley in weekend USL action. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. Delighted to have you with us. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark. And gentlemen, these are two teams that are really looking to get things going here in 2018.
Absolutely. Much needed victory for both teams tonight.
Well, we've had a chance to look over the starting 11, and Dave, the man that jumps out for the visitors is Todd Wharton.
He's a former College Cup champion, teammate of Callie Brown. One of the interesting things about him is he's going to both sit deep and look to spray the ball around. He has one appearance on the Team of the Week so far this year, as well as a goal for the Toros.
James, we're going to get to it in a couple minutes after the next break. Plenty of changes for S2's starting 11 tonight, but the man we're keeping our eyes on is David Olson.
Yes, I like David Olson a lot. I've definitely pinpointed him throughout the games and fixtures this year. He, for me, brings an X factor to the game. I love his creativity. I love his swagger. I love his ability, his energy, especially to run off the ball, to press the game. So for me, I look for him to impact the game. My challenge to him is to impact the game for 90 minutes or more so than he has been. But very good player. Spoke to Peter Fewing about him, an SU product. Peter Fewing is very high on this player and definitely thinks he has the tools to continue to progress.
It's a night for soccer in the elements. Don't go away. Kickoff coming up next here at Cheney Stadium. Welcome back into Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where we are moments away from kickoff between Sounders FC 2 and the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark for you this afternoon. And gentlemen, let's get right into it. Dave Clark, take us through this RGVFC starting 11.
The biggest change that they've made is that they're starting Matt Sanchez in at keeper rather than their regular Nico Corti. Matt Sanchez is a regular with the Puerto Rican national team at this time, 6 appearances on their senior level and 8 on the junior. They've also inserted Enriquez into their lineup out at right mid. They're going to have Luke at their left back, Adams, Donovan, Green. In the midfield, Garza, Aguilar, Wharton, Enriquez, Zaldivar, and Quintanilla.
You were able to see there on your screen a collection of 2 polls made by Sounders superfan Heather Stewart. We'll get a chance to talk about that more, but before that, James, the starting 11 for S2, very different from the look that we got on Wednesday against the Real Monarchs.
Certainly, wholesale changes, a complete shift. 11 brand new faces come into this fixture. For me, the best and looking for some impact today will be Sari and Narbonne pairing up together to give the team a little bit of foundation, some steel, some bite, but also they can play with their experience. Look for Hines to be active tonight. Olsen, I like his X factor, his ability to try different things. Chenkum will be very good up top and active tonight off rest. And Rogers, for me, is a highlight as well in the back line.
Your referee in charge of tonight's match is Levi Rippey. The assistant referees are Christian Clark and Julian Tafola Cisneros. The 4th official is Jeff Arthur-Holtz. Well, S2, gentlemen, on a 4-match losing streak. Started off the season with a strong 2-1 performance here at home in front of a capacity crowd and a 2-1 win over T2. but since then they've been on the skid. James, what has to change tonight to take all 3 points?
I think this is a great opportunity for S2 as an organization and to create some culture. I think that they just need to really focus on what they can control and getting a result tonight. I think anytime you step on the field, you want to prove to the coaching staff, both the direct coaching staff and indirect coaching staff, that you deserve to have your name called day in and day out. And I think we'll get a very aggressive, fast-paced game again tonight with the rain.
Rio Grande Valley, this is their 4th match of the season. Would have been their 5th, but in true fashion, the rain has affected their season in more ways than one. Flooding in Dallas prevented Reno 1868 FC from making it to a pre-planned match, so that match has been pushed back until, I believe, the first week of May. So this is match day 4, and we look as though we are ready to go. S2 in rave green, moving from left to right on your screen here in the first half. Rio Grande Valley, the White Tops in blue shorts, going back the other way, and we are underway on the whistle of Levi Rippey. Callie Brown, long ball out towards Shandon Hopiau. Ball one away by Aguilar. Grand Valley pulls it back. That's Wharton. Aguilar. Zaldivar. And now one back by Ray Sari. Sari. Eating up a lot of ground here. Goes out wide right to Hopiau. Hopiau back to Sari. Chip toward the back post. Felix Chankum! And an early goal for S2. First minute, first goal. S2 leads 1-0.
Great start by S2. Narbonne, great clip, led the charge out of the break. Great turnover calls by S2. Some great composure by Hopiau to be able to cut it back and not rush the service, and then a wonderfully clipped ball into a dangerous spot for Chankum to head it home. Fantastic start. This is the pace you want to see from S2 starting every home game. Now we want that to be sustained for the entire 90 minutes.
Second goal of the season for Felix Chankum, the first from open play. He scored from the penalty spot against T2, and James, 45 seconds from whistle to goal. I don't think starts can get much faster than that.
Yeah, no, great start. We want to build on it. We want to get the second goal. Important for them to not give up a response goal in these next 5 minutes. It's going to be critical.
Well, that will certainly get the crowd involved in this one as that ball gets past Victor Garza and over the near sideline for a throw-in. Dave, S2 conceded early on Wednesday night against the Real Monarchs, found a way to battle back. Looking at that from a Rio Grande Valley perspective, what really needs to happen these next couple minutes?
Rio Grande definitely knows what to do in this situation. Many of their players are seasoned veterans with experience in foreign leagues. They just grind. That shouldn't change their tactics or their system whatsoever. They should be confident in what they're capable of doing.
Brown hits that ball back toward midfield. Felix Chankum offside. And we're just seeing now, ordinarily the grass gets replaced between every match that S2 plays here at Cheney Stadium. Of course, with the short turnaround, didn't make much sense to pull it up and put it back down. And just with the week's worth of rain, the turf still holding up surprisingly well from our eyes up here, but might be a couple seams and fissures out there that the water's seeped into. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. All restarted by Luke Adams. Pardon me, Kyle Adams. James, you mentioned shortly before kickoff and shortly before a goal that you were interested to see what Ray Sari could do building out of the back, and it was him that ate up all that space leading up to that initial goal.
Yeah, he did. Broke out of the midfield very well. Great weight on the ball to get it out to Hopiau and allow the team to really gather pace and momentum going forward. And on that goal as well, you had numbers in the box, which is critical. Same here. You have 3-4 guys in the box.
Byline. That one gets beyond him. Spilled to the back post. Ray Sari still inside the box. A chance for a cutback cross and cleared away by Connor Donovan, who goes down. Follow-up effort from Usman as well wide and out for a goal kick.
The aggression that S2 is showing right now is fantastic. I mean, you're getting runners in the box, you're getting hard runs, you're getting service, you have guys edged up. Now they're getting second balls. They're pinning the team in. So another great build up there. We want that service to be a bit better, but he was in a great spot to receive that and was unfortunate not to whip it into a dangerous spot.
There were late runners on that as well, so there's players that could pick up scraps and knock it in if it fell to them.
Absolutely.
Dave, you and I had a chance to talk to S2 assistant head coach Wade Weber yesterday, and he said, yes, the team's only taken 3 points from their first 5, but at that point they were still only 4 points out of a playoff position spot with 29 matches left to play. Wade said he wasn't too concerned.
Wasn't concerned, but he was eager to get a win, and it was very important for him to get the goals to come, because the organization, he mentioned, both first team and second team, need to see goal scoring.
S2 off to a rocket start here. If you happen to tune in a little bit late, you missed the early action. Felix Chankum in the first minute, putting S2 on top. We're 5 minutes in here at Cheney Stadium. Rodrigue Ele back in the starting 11 tonight. He was sent off in last Saturday's match against the Sacramento Republic, a decision that the league later decided had been erroneous as they rescinded his second yellow card. Also back in the starting 11 today, right back Denzo Ulyssi, who was sent off on a straight red in the second half of that same contest.
I like the referee so far. He's been letting it play a little bit here, gave the call late, which I think was the right one, but an opportunity to S2 to still build on the momentum by defending the set piece correctly and possibly going on the break. Now you see Chankum still up high as an outlet.
Wharton, Zaldivar, both standing over this possible free kick. It looks like Wharton will be the man to take it. The rest of the Rio Grande Valley players headed for the 18 to see if they can get involved. Wharton, short chip, easy headed away, and that's Big Sam Rogers. Pretty standard stuff for Sam.
You don't often see a center back in the wall at that distance.
Yeah.
But I guess it paid off there.
Adams up to Aguilar. Derek Luke wanted to go over the top to Victor Garza. Couldn't get him to go. Dave, you mentioned a couple players on this Rio Grande Valley team with experience in foreign leagues. Garza, one of them, tried his hand in Turkey and Armenia. Couldn't catch on there. Wound up coming back, playing for Tigres down in Mexico, and most recently with Tampico Madero in the Mexican second division. Aguilar going out wide, looking for Jesus Enriquez.
Spot. Good ball.
Olsen fighting that ball out to Hines. Return ball just a little bit beyond his outstretched foot. And now quickly on the counter, the ball comes to the near sideline.
Great help by Narbonne. Great help. Good stand-up play by Ulyssi. Allow Narbonne to get over. Makes a great tackle. Great outlet ball.
Worth mentioning that as far as the Sounders are concerned, everyone's working for the weekend, gentlemen. The academy teams are down in Salt Lake City right now to take on the RSL Academy. The first team over in Kansas City to take on Sporting KC tomorrow afternoon. Free kick the way of S2. Ray Sari draws the foul there.
I really want to see Hines impact this game early, especially when him and Olsen are able to combine. I think he can positively affect the game. Look for Olsen to be active as well.
Kopiao gets a run on Luke. Luke hauls him down, and that's going to earn himself an early booking.
Here we go. This is when you just want to take a breath, really concentrate on delivering a good ball. You see Hines coming over to deliver an in-swinger. The center back's getting up. Rogers being a target. LA being a target as well. So you really want to concentrate on a good service, being that first man, just putting it in a spot where your targets can attack it.
Dave, the yellow card move that developed just there, that's something we saw S2 working on in training the other day. Kind of trying to get the combinations between those outside backs and the wingers going.
Yeah, they're looking to establish that. That's part of what they are and their identity. In this case, I don't understand that as a tactical foul.
Nick Hines, ball toward the back
Great
post.
ball
Toward Jacob
again.
once
Great
more, and that
ball.
one turned wide. Out for a goal kick. But that's pretty much
And he's
twice
active.
in
Look
two
at the
attacking
reaction of
motions.
Hines now. Great. Love to see it. He just made it all the way back to his spot.
Take another look at it right there.
He's
Chankum
alert.
coming in and just completely beat his marker to the back post. Had he made solid contact, we might be looking at 2-0 inside of 10 minutes.
Absolutely great opportunity there just to head the ball right where it came from. Goalie shifting just to put it on frame. Do whatever you can. You see him get bumped late, but still a great spot for him.
Short ball through. That's Hines on the give and go with Olsen. It's cut out. S2 will take the throw on the far sideline.
Look for those two to really be active and look to combine together. For me, that's when they're at their best, is when they're looking to combine, run off each other, use their speed, their technical ability, make it a two-man game for them to break down and penetrate these lines.
LA wants to go over the top. Chankum gives chase, headed away by Donovan. Wharton tripped up by David Olsen that time. That'll draw a free kick.
Not bad. Good spot to win the second ball. Unlucky on the foul there. Not probably the best first touch that he wanted to, but he still was in a good spot.
And I'll look at it there. Olsen just realizing Wharton was getting by him. Nick Hines on a quick interception. Now it's Olsen. Olsen going over the top. Hopio was
Good look. Good look.
Hopiowing to be on the end of that run, if you'll pardon the pun.
No, good, good. Another great reaction here. They're really trying to push the lines here. Hopiao making a nice hard run. Olsen trying to reward it with a through ball. That's good stuff. Good momentum to build on. Here you see a great defensive play on the other end. I've seen in tune and active tonight.
Garza is around Uzman. Garza, space for a cross. Had a man at the back
Great
post, and that's Denzo Ulysses with a big clearance.
Great touch, just as I compliment the defense. That's a bit too easy on the left-handed side there, but a great play on the back end of that.
Enrique is going to leave that ball for Luke, who was cautioned moments ago. He goes toward the byline. Picks out Quintanilla. Luke back to Aguilar. And Rio Grande Valley retreat to the halfway line. Looks like a free kick's been given, possibly for a handball. And Rio Grande Valley going to take their time, see if they can serve in something dangerous here. Set pieces have been a point of emphasis for S2, James.
Absolutely. Nope. Been critical for them. Now they just did one slow, quick.
Salazar left for Enriquez. Enriquez pressing to the byline, spends in a low cross, and Narbonne clears his lines. Chankum holding up Luke. Going inside toward Olsen. Olsen going to get to that ball, has Hines in space and plays it.
Stay joining.
Nick Hines closed down by Kai Green. Going toward goal. He shoots and it's wide of the right post. But in transition, Sounders too. Still looking dangerous, and Rio Grande Valley a little bit shell-shocked in these first 13 minutes.
Fantastic break. Definitely great break off that set piece. Defended well to stay alert. Great hold-up play by Chankum. Was able to find Olsen. Olsen to Hines is what we want to see all night. Hines takes a good first touch. Very unfortunate not to just put that on frame.
Well, the camera was perfectly angled on that replay. You just saw at home, and you don't really miss by less than that.
Again, we talked about it last game. Those are the positions that Hines consistently gets himself in. Once he starts converting those opportunities and has some production on it, you're going to see his stock soar. He has all the physical tools. Now it's just being an absolute perfectionist in front of goal, not needing several chances, but being able to capitalize on your one chance, because at the highest level, that may be the only chance that you get.
Nick Hines, 20 years of age. Had a couple appearances for S2 back when he was still an academy player here, then went off to the University of Akron. Now made the decision to go pro. Ball batted away from Sari. That is Hines. Immediately over the top toward David Olsen. Unable to control that ball.
Again, good aggressive play by S2. The reactions are good to close down balls, to close down gaps. The second goal is bound to come if they keep their head on a swivel, keep focused.
This is not the patient possession that they've shown in the earlier matches. This is the pace we wanted to see.
Yep. And now this is where it becomes critical for the two center backs to really be alert. When you have the game going your way, now as you're in possession, it's to break down and be alert of anything that could occur on the break. So it's being aware even while your team's in possession.
Well, it's not entirely clear what the stoppage is here. The ball gone out the far touchline. Ibrahim Uzman had thrown it back in and now pretty much throws it in from the same spot. Might have been a slight difference, but either way, we're back underway here at Cheney Stadium. 15th minute, S2 on top 1-0, thanks to a first-minute goal from Felix Chankum.
And RGV's not backing down at all. You see them pressing a bit. They've pressed every time it's gone back to the goalkeeper, so they've come to play as well.
Garza, long-range effort, that one toward goal, but over.
Good quality play, good combo play, created a chance there.
Both these teams setting their line of confrontation very high in this match, pretty much at the edge of the other team's defensive third.
Great ball by the goalkeeper there. Good composure, way to pick out Hines.
Ulysses to Hopiao.
And this is where a little bit of gamesmanship comes in as well. As you know, like Luke has the early yellow, that's when you, as an outside back and as outside midfielder, really try to attack down this right side and really put him in situations where he may have to get another yellow.
Bone wanted to go through for Hines there. Hines wasn't making the run that he anticipated. Still plenty of time, definitely for either one of these teams to assert complete control of this match, but it's been very compelling over the first 16 minutes.
Yes, reactions. For me, it all comes down to reactions. I think they've been a little slow in reactions early. In this season, tonight is a completely different game. Reactions from everyone on the field thus far have been very good, whether in the possession or out of possession, off turnovers, igniting the attack, or transitioning to defense. The transitive reaction has been spot on tonight.
Quintanilla going in against LA. Ball volleyed up but not clear. Now Narbonne heads it toward midfield. Straight to Donovan. Wharton. Aguilar. Out wide now. Held onto by Zaldazar.
Good spot both times by Rogers there to close down the service.
Zaldivar checking in for the near throw-in option. Kai Green making a run toward the byline, and Sam Rogers puts the ball straight back into touch.
No problem with that. Great spot again. Get your team organized, get them settled, get them set.
It's Green this time, but now it's gone for a corner. The first of the match off the foot of Ibrahim Uzman.
Too easy of a corner to give up. I think they have to get organized a bit earlier, get their body position shifted. Theirs more reactionary instead of being proactive. Gives up an unnecessary corner. In-swinger here.
It's Derek Luke to take the corner from the far side. On its way in, header off Nick Hines. Felix Chankum goes down, looking for a whistle, and he will get it.
You'll see on that S2 corner, everybody's back now. It's a shift. They're getting back defensively.
Now look at it there. Yeah, Chankum just wrapped up a little bit, lost his footing. James, when you're playing on a surface like this that is so waterlogged, for those out there listening who might be preparing to accuse me of hyperbole in our opening segment, it has been raining pretty much nonstop all week. What does that do to the pace of play and just the behavior of the ball?
It definitely picks the pace of play up tremendously, which is, as a player, you love a field that's wet where the ball can skip around. But at the same time, you have to be aware of your footing. But as far as the pace of the game, it should be fast on both sides of the ball. It just increases the pace of the game with the wet, dewy surface.
Aguilar lining up from distance. That ball looks like it took a deflection, and Levi Rippey agrees. Another corner kick coming up for Rio Grande Valley.
But just like Dave pointed out, their initial set piece, they have Chenkum high, but on all corner kicks, they're bringing him back deep with no true outlet to really go on a break. And for me, this is one of the assets of this lineup and this team is to really catch teams on the break. So it'd be interesting to see if they have schemes coming out of this defensive shape to really catch teams on breaks.
Ball coming in again. That one won by Sam Rogers in the air. And out for a corner from the other side.
This is an opportunity to possibly keep Chenkum high. They're using him to mark.
All 11 men for S2 within 1 yard of the 18 box.
They have a zone. They're matched up in a zone with others man marking.
Ball to the back post. Another header, another collision. And this ball settles for Nick Hines.
Great header.
Immediately up to David Olson. And now we're going to have play blown dead. Felix Chenkum down yet again. So on 2 out of 3 corner kicks, Felix Chenkum is wound up on the turf. And now he'll be attended to. Connor Donovan, the other man involved. See if you can get another look at it here. That's Chenkum coming in right at the end. Collides with Donovan in the air. Chenkum still on his feet for a couple more minutes, and right there at the end of that replay, you could see him start to hunch over. Whatever it was, got to him then. He's been helped back to his feet now, holding kind of the left side of his torso there. And you certainly hope that Felix Chenkum can press on, as since we mentioned with the action in Sporting Kansas City and the action down in Salt Lake City for the Academy, it's a short 5-man bench for S2 this evening.
That bench is 2 forwards are David Estrada and recent signing Alfonso Ocampo Chavez.
Ocampo Chavez, 16 years of age. Wade Weber, John Hutchinson suggested you might see him for his debut today, but probably not till the later phases of this game. And Toros doing the sportsmanlike thing, knocking the ball back to Callie Brown, and we're back underway in the 22nd minute. Callie Brown upended on the slide tackle, and that is going to be an equalizer. Callie Brown caught out in possession.
Been very interesting. He's actually been late on quite a few, and I meant to say something early on where RJV, as I said, has been pressing the game anytime it's gone back to the goalkeeper. And he's been almost caught with the ball a couple times already in this fixture, and that one you see him lack of urgency, a little bit lackadaisical, knowing that RGV need to press him and are in this game and have been so already. Very unfortunate goal for S2 to give up.
It's the Argentine Matías Zaldivar who scored. By our notes, that's his first professional goal. And it has come at a crucial moment in this match. 23 minutes in, we're level 1-1.
Brown has been very good with his distribution thus far, but just a little bit delayed on his release and really allowing RGV to put
picking out Olsen. Olsen wanted to go to Hopiau. His run took him inside.
Under pressure. Great step by Narbonne. This will be up for reactions now. S2 just needs to react well.
Chenkum dispossessed by Zaldivar, the goal scorer from moments ago. Rogers headed that towards Ulysses. Ulysses lets it run. Hopiau, Olsen tripped up there, keeps his feet, advantage played. Comes back, appeals for a handball, and that's going to draw a free kick. Coming off the outstretched arm of Jesus Enriquez.
If there's a team that's going to know Callie Brown's tendencies, it's going to be the Toros, where he played last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Callie Brown, former member officially of the Houston Dynamo. Of course, a couple of college teammates of his on this squad, Aguilar, Todd Wharton, as you mentioned at the top of our broadcast. They all played together at Virginia.
An in-swinger here, and you see before that Olsen, again, being able to try stuff. Tries a little snake, a little out and in there, tries to split two, but is able to draw the handball call just by his ability to take on players and trying to do certain things.
Back post has been dangerous for S2 on set pieces so far. Nick Hines and Ray
player.
Sari over the ball.
Yep, make sure you beat this first 2 defenders.
Two-man wall. It'll be Hines.
Great
It's
ball.
an in-swinger.
Great ball.
That looks like it came off a defender. Levi Rippey agrees.
Great ball.
Corner kick for S2. Ray Sari will trot to the far corner to take it. Another look at that free kick there, off the foot of Hines. And off your screen, pops straight up and out of play.
Another in-swing opportunity.
Hines available as the
Sari.
short option.
Short.
Short to Hines. Taking on Luke. Back to Sari. Further back now to Usman. Headed clear by Adams. Narbonne collided with Quintanilla there. Aguilar going down 9. Ele. Narbonne. Hopiau. Hopiau ahead and into the middle. Donovan shuffles it away.
Good spot. Lucky on that touch.
Zaldivar looking to switch over to Enriquez. Pardon me, that's Garza that's drifted out wide. He and Enriquez may have switched places. Now it's Wharton. Further wide to Kai Green. Green going in. Nick Hines winning the ball off him now, trying to shield him off it on the far touchline.
Great turn. Great turn.
Sent across the face of goal. Luke trying to bully his way onto this ball. Jumps over a challenge to the byline and out for a corner.
Good tackle. Yep, the pace of this game we knew was always going to be high. For me, it will, at 1-1, it will definitely remain at a high intensity, with both teams needing and wanting a result this evening.
He carried that ball through the tackle quite well.
Wharton from the near corner. Ball coming in. Header won decisively by LA.
Great header by LA. Brave header.
Garza with time and space. Collect and go back to Matthew Sanchez. Both teams just trying to settle this ball. And in a broader sense, James, maybe kind of settle this game down a little bit.
Yeah, I think with the pace of the game and just the pitch and the weather, I think it's going to be more sort of frantic pace for the first half for sure, into the second half. It's just dictated by weather, by the game, by the need for a result for both teams, by the pace that both teams seem to be playing at. I think it'll be a back and forth affair.
Shannon Hopiau laid in on that challenge for the header against Kyle Adams. Adams wins a free kick for the visitors. Restart it square to Donovan. Olsen. Turned over to Zaldivar. Ray Sari gets it back. Ulysses, Hopiau, Sari. Sam Rogers pressing on past midfield.
Good spot.
Now it's Hines. Pass was onto the back heel of David Olsen.
Great reaction by Olsen.
Olsen wins it back off
Now he just
Aguilar.
needs to connect. Great ball.
Ball down to Hopiau. Hopiau straight at Luke.
Love it.
Low
Great
ball in.
Great ball.
Popped up by Donovan. Still in contention. Headed by Kai Green.
We need runners right across the 6. Great decisive effort by Hopiau, just to take the guy on a little inside out, whip it across the top of the 6. Great play there.
Usman with the big hit to reset it back to LA, Cameroonian. LA wanted to pick out Denzel Ulysses. Luke was in the way.
Good reactions. So that plays on. As you have the center back driving, you have the simultaneous movement of the outside midfielder and the outside back. If it's done on timing, if it's done with the proper pace and assertiveness, it should leave channels open.
Todd Wharton's gone down here. That's another look at the opportunity from moments ago, headed clear by Kai Green. Wharton back on his feet now.
Those last two sequences for us, too, were started by the center back being only about 40 yards from the attacking goal.
Absolutely. Both center backs driving, looking to commit a defender, which obviously definitely then leads a teammate open. Or if the defender doesn't commit, then you continue to drive until you're picked up.
Zaldivar up to Quintanilla. Now Green. Far side to Garza.
Good closing.
Looking for the switch now to the near sideline. Picks out Enriquez, and Enriquez can't get that ball to stay. Kind of a feature of playing on what grass. The flag had gone up in any case. Coming back to the failed first touch from Enriquez. A lot of difficulty. The ball kind of hits the ground, skids a couple inches before it really comes to your foot, doesn't it, James?
Yeah, it's gonna test you technically, but as a player, again, you love it. You know it's gonna skip. That one you see get away from, but other times you've seen players do very well with the skip, but you're absolutely right. That is a factor in this game, especially with long-driven balls.
Meanwhile, we got Nick Hines, who's managed to run himself right out of his shoes here at Cheney Stadium. Play will restart as he tries to get his boot back on. And better do it quick. Run of play is coming his way. Now he's up. It's Usman on the ball. A half hour gone here at Cheney Stadium. We're level 1-1 between Sounders FC2 and the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Felix Chankum put the hosts on top with a header at the back post in the first minute. But Matthias Zaldivar pulled off the equalizer in the 22nd. Hines back down, trying to deal with that shoe again. Play still moving here. James, you ever have any moments like this where you're struggling to get a cleat back on?
Yeah, but not necessarily this long during the game. For me, if it's our throw, Hines should be saying something, right, to his teammates, saying, hey, hold on with this throw and let me get my shoe back on. Give the team an opportunity to breathe. You never should be playing a man down when you're in possession, especially when you can dictate whether the ball is in play or not. So for me, it's just, again, gamesmanship and education, a teachable moment to say, hey, if you have to tie your shoe, let us know, or you be the thrower and tie your shoe so that we're always playing even man.
Narbonne upended, and that's going to draw a caution for Todd Wharton. On first blush, there didn't seem to be too much in that challenge, James. Maybe just a factor of Levi Rippey trying to keep the tempo of this game a little more cordial.
Yeah, for me, just a foul. Nothing malicious or with malintent behind it, just a foul at half field. For me, it's not necessarily a bookable offense, but the referee saw differently, and fair enough.
Also, in the 32nd minute, Wharton joins Luke in the book.
Good spot to pick up second balls again. So you see a difference from last game. The outside mids and the outside backs seem a bit more
awkward ball there, tipped wide of the net on the header from Connor Donovan. Impossible to tell from our angle if that was bound for goal. But Sanchez may have just stopped what would have been an awkward concession, to say the least.
For me, that comes because Usman is focused in on the first ball and spot in a good spot to be able to pick up that second ball. Allows them to recycle and continue with an opportunity at goal.
Ray Sari spins this one right into the middle. Big collision in the air there.
Brave header.
And boy, there are a couple players down on the deck after that. Looks like Quintanilla and Connor Donovan are down. Both are moving, but in a observable amount of pain. Trainer's waiting on the far sideline to see if they'll be waved on. Take another look at this. Woof.
It was the two Toros players.
Yeah, Quintanilla got table-topped by Donovan, which is what Ray Sari was trying to tell the referee, that there was no S2 player involved in that, but still, given the situation, the right move to stop play, especially when you see a player land on their head. Play restarted to Kyle Adams.
Excellent play.
S2 finding plenty of success in these wide channels here over the first half hour plus, James.
They are. For me, that's been their success throughout the seasons, when they can really overload the side, and you see them trying to do that with the center back now, right? The outside mid pops in, the outside back continues to drift, should create angles, but that's all you want to try to do around the field, is create number up opportunities, 3v2 or 2v1s.
This is Quintanilla, who was down a moment ago. He was holding the small of his back, and he's still feeling the effects of that collision with Connor Donovan. Trainer is on now to attend to him.
It's interesting. I think, again, as we continue to cultivate the culture of this S2 club, it'd be interesting to see when Hines possibly gets direction from Coach Hutch or Wade to possibly switch sides.
Give another look at it again. Just Quintanilla going up there and just manages to put himself right on the shoulder of Donovan.
To give him a different look, because now he's attacking with his left foot. Now he's able to drive inside, possibly put an in-swinger in, have a crack on goal, and you're going at Luke that has a yellow card. So possibly look for that coming into the second half, possibly just to give the team a different look.
We'll keep an eye on Quintanilla on the far sideline as he gets checked out. In the meantime, ball runs over the near touchline. S2 will take the throw.
And when that switch can happen is when he has to come all the way over here to put in another set piece opportunity. He just has the communication. He's going to stay. The other outside mid switches, Hopiau switches, and now you have guys that can actually drive inside and have looks on goal, or to look to spring and split seams and give the team a different look.
There are 10 minutes plus stoppage to go till the end of the first half. S2 running possession. Again, going against a 10-man Rio Grande Valley side for at least the moment. And that's Jesus Enriquez drawing a free kick, quickly restarted to him, and play stopped by Levi Rippey because we're going to see a substitution here. So it looks like Quintanilla's day is done. And coming on appears to be Guillermo Delgado, a man from Madrid. Another look at the free kick given there. James, never an ideal situation to use a sub in the first half, but Gerson Echeverry's hand forced here with Rio Grande Valley.
Right. I'm not sure. I think he may still be in.
Well, that does appear to be Quintanilla, who is waved back on. Levi Rippey stopped play and signaled as though there was going to be a substitution.
Yeah, I think they pulled back the substitution late.
So Quintanilla still on, no subs yet.
He's still down, so he's going to look to possibly give his team an extra bit of time. It's coming on now. That's the gamesmanship. Possibly give your team or player an extra few minutes to possibly get his legs warm, but now you see the substitution occurring just now.
Oh. Quintanilla now slowly moving his way toward the far side. I don't see Felix Chankum cut down there. It's been a rough and tumble affair over the first 38 minutes.
In Wednesday night's game, we saw a first half with 0 minutes of stoppage time. We will not see 0 minutes today.
So now is the official entrance of Guillermo Delgado as S2 win a throw-in in an advanced position. Uzman thrown toward the feet of Chankum. Back to Uzman, around the defender. He's going to go down, looking for a call, not going to get it. Still, it's Chankum pressing on toward the byline, and the ball runs out for a goal kick.
No problem. I like it. Referees let it go both ways a little bit. Not going to give up easy fouls, especially in dangerous positions. I think he's done very well to manage this game thus far.
Matthew Sanchez, 23 years of age, already 14 caps as the national team keeper for Puerto Rico. Gets play restarted there.
Guillermo Delgado has 50 minutes played so far this season. 2 appearances, 2 shots on goal.
Played his college ball at Delaware and spent time with the Sounders U23s in the PDL. Sorry, finds Narbonne. You see there's only one bad spot on the pitch, and that pass found it.
Yes, we saw the field crew doing work on it early. They've done a fantastic job again to just keep this field playable. Conditions seem to be no problem tonight, especially with all the rain that was had.
Brown hits that on his first touch. He and Donovan go up.
Great flick on.
Finding Chankum. Chankum, a touch toward the byline. Cannot reach that ball to keep it in play. But you got to like the idea, Dave, from Felix Chankum.
Yeah, he's running into space well. That's something that the team wants more from him. He's running onto the ball, taking advantage of his speed. I think he kind of wishes there was a puddle for the ball to settle in front of him there.
Again, great flick by Olsen. Chankum reading it, and you see them applauding each other after the play. That's how you build momentum and character and team camaraderie, right? Rewarding guys, give them a hand clap, give them a pat, being like, I acknowledge your effort. I like what you did, do more of it.
And right back into the attack.
The long arm of 6'6" Callie Brown trying to spark this offense. Guzman left that ball in space. Green picks it away. Wharton. Aguilar.
Shots are good. That's the only time for me this
Garza.
first half where you weren't really edged up. For me, I'd like to see Sawyer and Narbonne really edged up on that center midfielder, especially as plays going the other way.
Enriquez going on a run down the near side. Shannon
Good double.
Hopiau puts the ball out. '41st minute, 1-1 between S2 and RGVFC. It's Delgado getting his first involvement of the match. Sanchez. Can't get that ball by Rogers, but does win the throw-in. Well, despite the choppiness in the middle portion there, a lot of stoppages for injury, collisions, and everything of that sort, you do get the sense that S2 has kind of been leaning forward, but Rio Grande Valley is still very dangerous in these closing minutes in the first half. That's a long shot. That's spun wide by a deflection.
Yeah, just as you said it. I mean, their nature is to press, to fight for a result, and you saw that as they pressed the goalkeeper and caught him with the ball. They're continuing to do that, so they've definitely come to play and don't want to sit in, but really want to make this a game, which is great for S2.
Derek Luke will be the man to take it. Kyle Adams gonna check in at the 6-yard box.
Not a lot of big targets for either team, so for me it's going to be a second or third ball that really affect this game.
Swung into the middle, and well, that's pretty easy for Callie Brown. Your defenders give you space. You're 6'6", kind of a simple equation.
Yeah, came out for that calmly, had sure hands on it, relaxes, lets the team breathe, get edged out, keep possession. That's the experience that you want.
Narbonne's picked out Olsen. Sliding challenge from Aguilar dispossesses
Spot by
him.
Olsen, just a little quicker to get that off your foot and look to get it back, or to use your body knowing that you have to protect the ball.
Enriquez quickly into Hopiau. Hopiau squaring up with Luke. This time it's Luke who's tugged and goes down. And to the chagrin of the home support. Misplayed ball from Sanchez, turned over to Hines. Hines closing in, tried to go inside the Chankum. Garza. Zaldivar. Enriquez unable to hold it in, says the assistant referee on the near sideline.
It may be because the crowd's underneath the roof due to the rain, but there's some loud support from the S2 crowd this evening.
Ulysses upended by that puddle we mentioned. Guzman ahead toward Chankum.
Just hold it up, turn him if you can, connect the play.
Chankum back toward his left foot. Space for a cross, and he'll bail it for a corner.
Well done.
5th of the match for S2. Here in the 44th minute, S2 would love to see if they can't find someone else at the back post.
Great coordinated play there, synchronized there. Hines drifts in, which allows the straight ball and a diagonal run. Isolates Chenkum. Read that the defender wasn't closing him down, so was able to get there, turn, face up the defender, which puts the advantage in his court, and create a corner kick opportunity.
Ball won by Adams. Garza sprinting toward it. Uzman reverses field to Ulysses.
Good spots.
Dave, this is something we saw S2 manager John Hutchinson trying to preach to his team yesterday. If something's not opening up, don't try to force anything. Have some patience out there.
Yeah, he wants that patience, and combined with urgency, it's that tough balance. So what they're doing now is exactly what he's coached for. Patiently work it back, work it side to side.
Great ball.
Picks out Uzman. Early cross toward Chenkum. That one deflected.
Ball. Great splitting ball by Narbonne. Absolutely fantastic ball by Uzman. Great run in the box. Again, Chenkum's been active tonight. I like it a lot. His attitude, his willingness to run hard, get behind lines, challenge for everything in the box, especially in the 6. That's where his stock will rise, is what he does inside that penalty box.
Big time stop from Connor Donovan. It's Ray Sorry with Nick Hines available short. Sorry, short run up toward Elliott at the back post, and the whistle had already gone for a foul. As we're told, we can expect 3 minutes of added time here in the first half. Chenkum trying to inquire from Levi Rippey exactly what went wrong. Motion makes me seem to believe that Chenkum had his arms wrapped around a defender. All sorts of wacky things happen inside the 18 on a corner kick, don't they, James?
Yeah, definitely, especially in the wet surfaces. We see the ball actually drop in the 6 and hit the ground, which we don't see often.
That ball sprung Garza up the far side. The cross in,
Great
free
ball.
in front of the net, and cashed in here in stoppage time in the first half. And it's Guillermo Delgado.
They came to play. Great turn. That's all it took. Like we said, even against the run of play, RGV, all they need is one opportunity. There you see Uzman maybe a bit too aggressive. All he needs to do is really force the man to go back or negative with the ball, not get turned. And a great ball, especially then. Still, I think the center backs can do a bit better job of matching up and be called upon. And a great goal by RGV.
So forced on as a substitute in the 38th minute. Guillermo Delgado was ready. He got his chance. He took his chance. He's put the visitors on top 2-1 moments before the whistle for halftime.
Another teachable moment to the squad, especially going at those critical moments, not to give up anything the other way. So how you close the ball down, how you close the play down in different spots, different places on the field, critical.
Searching ball, looking for Hopiao. Only the Toros are there. Hopiao doing battle with Luke.
Well done by Hopiao.
S2 still looking for something here in the waning seconds of the first half. Uzman cuts back to his right. Rogers looking for Tenzo Ulysses on the big switch. Ulysses heads in toward Hopiao. Rippey checks his watch. Play continues.
Second ball.
Adams going skyward, heading that ball clear. And Garza going to be content to try to just dribble this one up the pitch, see if he can't entice Rippey to blow the whistle. And the whistle goes, and it's halftime here at Cheney Stadium. And on a late goal from Delgado, RGVFC up 2-1 at the break, James.
Yeah, unfortunate for S2 to be down at the break. They've come in with great energy, created more of the opportunities, but they allowed RGV to stay in it, and they punished them with the chances that they've had.
Well, 45 minutes gone. We'll take a break here at Cheney Stadium. Again, the score, Sounders FC 2-1, Rio Grande Valley FC 2. We'll be back after this.
Hi, my name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me? Love.
I suck.
I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, Jake, the expansion this year has brought a large group of new owners to the USL to complement this already very strong base of ownership that we've seen that's really led to the success of the league. Talk about the USL ownership group and what these new folks are bringing.
Many of our owners, I'd say the vast majority of our owners now, have owned and operated sports organizations in multiple different leagues and bring with them a real understanding of the economics of sport, what's required in terms of an investment level in the facilities, in the community, in all the different programs that our teams run. So for me, it's a privilege to get to work with all of these very experienced businessmen and women on a daily basis, and I'm just constantly thrilled by the commitment and investment they have into their local communities and ultimately into our sport. The new owners that are joining our league now are coming in every year with bigger ambitions. For us, we continue to drive value from a business point of view. The model continues to attract more and more sophisticated owners into the league, and that's something that we believe will have such a positive impact on the future of this league and the new initiatives that we want to embark upon.
Last year we surpassed 2 million in attendance. Talk about what your expectations are for this season, and in terms of attendance at live games and just overall awareness of the league.
Yeah, our fans are the lifeblood of this league, as they are for every league. We've seen the support for our clubs grow exponentially, already significantly ahead of where we were this time last year on average per club for season tickets. I think it speaks to the excitement. It speaks to what's happening in the local communities. It speaks to the all of the things we're trying to do, building new stadiums, creating more exciting, authentic environments, attracting better players, having a more competitive and compelling league. I think it's, at least for the league office here, a substantial investment in content production and infrastructure around the broadcast, around the digital and social. And so we take great pride in growing that area of the business and engaging with the fans from a team point of view and a league point of view.
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington. It's halftime between S2 and RGV FC. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark. Gentlemen, as we take a look around the league, James, obviously the biggest news, Carlton Belmar, the player of the month for March.
Yes, fantastic award for the player. He's taken his chances very well. He's been creative, he's been pacey, and given the fact that he's created so many chances, is very good for Swope Park Rangers.
Well, pop quiz. How long do you think you need to turn a baseball diamond into a soccer pitch? If you answered 10 hours, you might just be our fantastic grounds crew here at Cheney Stadium. Check it out. Thanks again to our fantastic grounds crew. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this.
Marker. Hi, my name is Ray Sorry, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
The US2. The US2. The US2. IS2.
IS2. We S2.
We S2. We S2. Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2? What does S2 mean to me? What does S2 mean to me? Love.
I'm sorry.
I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium here at halftime between Sounders FC2 and the Rio Grande Valley Toros FC, who have a 2-1 lead after 45 minutes. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark for you here on ESPN+. And James, without further ado, let's take a look at the moments that mattered from the first 45. Here are your first half highlights.
Great action in the first half. Early goal here by Chenkum. Great team build-up, great push, great surge to the middle of the park, great clip ball. Fantastic finish for Chenkum.
Early moment here was turned aside by Denzo Ulyssi. Big stop at the back end.
Yes, great touch there. Ulyssi, a bit of foreshadowing for me, gets turned a bit too easy. But great clearance there. Here, Callie Brown, very unfortunate not to be quicker on this. I know what he's trying to do. Knowing that RGV are pressing, he needs to get rid of that ball much, much quicker. That's
Matthias Zaldivar cashing in the 22nd minute. You see it there. Like you said, James, just too long in possession. That will put us level at 1-1, but then the go-ahead coming in stoppage time. Just a real dagger at the end of the half.
Yep, again, turned on the left flank. Runners in the box, not matched up completely. And a great ball, great goal by Delgado, who just came in on his sub. Very opportunistic.
Well, that has given us our current scoreline, 2-1. Worth noting, Rio Grande Valley had to use a sub in that first half, as Quintanilla was unable to continue after landing on his back during a contested corner kick. Of course, it was Guillermo Delgado, the man that subbed on, who scored the go-ahead goal. As you take a look, Dave, at the bench for either one of these sides, are there names on there that you jump out that see that could be someone who comes in and plays a real role in how this match is at the end of 90 minutes?
Since I expect S2 to come out and press early, push, kind of like they did in the first half, that likely means David Estrada gets a significant run out tonight. We know that he is going to apply pressure defensively, and we know that he is going to also be that bulldog in the box and try to net a goal. So that's someone that I expect S2 to insert fairly quick.
You were saying at the start of the match that you were looking for a big night out of Nick Hines. Have you seen it so far? And if not, what small or big changes need to happen for that young man?
Yeah, he's gotten into good spots, again, just for opportunities to affect the play, whether with his service, creating goals, runs off the ball, using his physical ability. So it's for him, it's up to him to really dictate how he can affect the game at different times with the different tools that he has. And he had a great opportunity to put the team up 2-0, needs to finish that.
Levi Rippey gets us underway here at the start of the second half. The Toros making the trip up from Edinburgh, Texas. They are on top 2-1. S2 doing what they can to change that. Guzman looking long over the top for Chankum. That ball is going to skip beyond him.
For me, it's a bright start to the game for S2. Now it's again sustaining that level of focus and energy for 90 minutes, and ultimately to be result-oriented at the end of the day. All that effort goes for naught if you're not result-oriented.
There's another ball on the pitch. Narbonne down to Rogers. Turned over. Now it's Garza. Wide effort from Delgado. That comes off Sam Rogers and goes out for an early corner here in the second half.
You mentioned the Toros are out of Edinburgh. Their stadium, HEB Park, is about to host the group stage for the Women's World Cup qualifiers.
Nice.
It's a great ground down there. Kind of another model that S2 is looking to emulate as they're planning on building their own soccer-specific stadium here on the footprint of Cheney. This is Todd Wharton, who was cautioned in the first half. Levi Rippey wanted a moment to chat with the fourth official. Now he's happy. Ball in from Wharton. It's an outswinger. Settled by Green, shot toward goal and straight at the chest of Callie Brown. Brown manages to hold that ball, not spill a rebound. James, not always easy in conditions like this.
No, great hold by the veteran goalkeeper. But for the Toros, you see them aggressive still, pressing. You see them with 5 guys in the box, a 6th coming in late, a couple guys at the top of the box, so they're really pushing as well, making this a game with the lead 2-1.
LA, Narbonne, that ball trickles out. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Derek Luke whistled for the free kick there. He was the lone other man in Levi Rippey's notebook. Cautioned for pulling down Shannon Hopiau in the 9th minute. That is Luke to Adams. Ball controlled out of the air by LA. Green going ahead, picks out Zaldivar. That was up toward Delgado.
So we still want S2 to start the second half with the same energy that they began in the first half. They really need to get a foothold of this game early in the second half.
Pass too long, turned over to Garza. Garza going down after the challenge from Francisco Narbonne, who claims he got all ball. Levi Rippey doesn't see it that way, and now we have a bit of a fracas. Rio Grande Valley player winds up on the deck after what appeared to be a bit of a shove. And, well, it had been a physical match, a back-and-forth match, and now it's just a case of handbags, James.
Yeah, sometimes you need that to ignite the team a little bit. I don't mind that at all. I was always a player that would mix it up, especially to protect my teammates, just to turn momentum, give the team some energy.
Another look at the initial challenge from Narbonne. Tough to tell on that angle, screened a little bit by the play. And we're going to get a yellow card there given to Sam Rogers.
He earned that, throwing someone down to the ground.
And take another look at the shove right there. Well, that's kind of the whole fracas devolving. Sam Rogers comes in and, ooh, well, does not appear to be too much in that. Victor Garza winds up back on the deck. Poor Big Sam doesn't know his own strength, it seems, but now another dangerous free kick opportunity for the visitors.
Unlucky for Rogers there. Don't mind him coming in to protect a teammate. Toros were able to get away with a little flop there. Dangerous free kick opportunity. You look here for the wall to be strong, to do its job, really cut down the angle of the goal. Really sacrifice the body when needed. You see the shift of the ball a little bit. Referee hasn't really spotted it, so you want the wall to be edging up.
Wharton, the right-footed option, and he'll take it. That one's straight into the wall. Zaldivar on the rebound. Ooh, Ray Sari. That's going to lead to an immediate stoppage in play. Ray Sari is down, and the trainers are going to come on to make sure that he's all right. Well, that's what you expect out of the captain. Always willing to sell out his body, just sometimes it really does not pay off.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there. Maybe he protects himself a little bit with his hands down there. But great block by the initial wall. Great reaction by Sari to press the second ball and definitely sacrifice the body to block that. Next play.
I'll take another look at that free kick right here. You'll see Wharton go into the wall, and then on the mad scramble that followed.
We heard it. Great reaction again by Sari. Hopefully he's okay. This could be what S2 needs to kind of ignite this second half a bit and really start it on the front foot.
Well, they're signaling to the bench that they won't need to substitute Sari. 5 players available on Seattle's bench are up and moving around in any case. See there, John Hutchinson conferring with a member of his staff. Here's another look at that. And oof, Ray Sari. Well, with any luck, that'll be the last time that Ray Sari ever has to look at that camera angle, as he'll be helped off the pitch here.
It's one of the cases where the better camera angle might not have been better.
Well, still Sari, as Brian Schmetzer would call him, a tough kid. We'll see if he's able to soldier on here in a moment. Meantime, we'll probably restart with a drop ball. And I believe Francisco Narbonne's going to hit this back to Rio Grande Valley. Chaps that back towards Sanchez, and we'll continue. Kai Green wants to go over the top. This is Delgado. Gets a shoulder on Sam Rogers, waiting for support. It's gone out. It's a corner.
Toros starting the second half bright. They've been more of the aggressors here. Getting another corner to start the second half. Outswinger.
Wharton once more from the near corner.
Again, you see him with 5 in the box, 2 at the top of the box.
Cuts that short back towards Enriquez, and that one, pretty simple stuff for Callie Brown. Holds on to it all the same. Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players and USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Ray Sari going to check in with the 4th official, Jeff Arthur Holtz. Hopefully he will be readmitted to the match before too long. And Ray Sari coming back on right now. 55th minute. Visitors up 2-1. Donovan going over the top. Handed back toward Ulysses. Olsen.
And you want to see, for me, Olsen and his reactions. When he's reacting well and is playing with that chip on his shoulder and attitude, for me, he's at his best. Right there, you see him slow to react, gets tackled, very slow to react, uncharacteristic of Olsen.
Well, it's more high pressure from S2, James, but like you mentioned, the coordination on the press.
Yeah, the coordination of the press has to be set, and you see the strength that David Estrada brings to the match. And I piggyback on Dave Clark in saying he thinks that David Estrada will play some significant minutes in the second half part of the fixture, which I agree with. Just
Enriquez swings in across. That one's headed away by Rogers.
His ability to dictate the press, I think, is very, very crucial, especially in a wet surface game like this, where the pace is already fast.
And we're going to see a substitution now from S2. Azriel Gonzalez checking into the match now. He's going to replace Ibrahim Usman. And this a substitution pattern I don't believe we've seen out of John Hutchinson so far this year. Nick Hines going to drop back to left back, a position he's played in his career, and Azriel Gonzalez, the 16-year-old, is in to see if he can make a difference.
So for me, they probably addressed it. They saw something. Maybe Usman's not fully fit, still maybe trying to get into full match fitness, too much activity being driven down his side of the field, an opportunity for them to address it and make a little substitution. Again, teachable moments for the youngster. Can learn from this game for sure.
This is Garza. Delgado. Delgado uncorks one, and that one well wide. Out for a goal kick.
So it'll be interesting to see Hines in at the left back position, especially with a young player in front of him. His ability to address it and really help the young fella in front of him by just communicating, being in sync, reacting well, supporting the play.
Luke picks this ball back up inside to Aguilar. Garza going out wide toward Kai Green. That ball going to run out of play.
Part of what the organization likes with Nick Hines at left back is the way that he uses his speed in recovery. The way that he's able to, if he makes a mental error defensively, he can adjust and correct that error.
Olsen dispossessed by Enriquez. Luke looking to go back to Enriquez. Ulysses wins the foot race.
Well done by Ulysses.
And now it's Ray Sari, a little bit of room to work. Francisco Narbonne. That ball does not find Nick Hines, and Narbonne and Hines having a bit of a disagreement out there.
Narbonne wanting him to be at a better angle. Hines just to get wide and just really support the play, just to be a bumper, facilitator. Unfortunate for the two not to be on the same page there.
Kai Green taken out by a late challenge from Azriel Gonzalez. Free kick along the near sideline. Hines has it taken off him by Zaldivar. Green towards Zaldivar. Ball goes over the byline. Looked for a second like the assistant referee might have been prepared to raise his flag for offside, but he would have because Zaldivar was applying pressure.
Still finding a lot of joy down this right side. You think after the adjustment it would be handled, but switching from a left-sided winger, attack-minded, to a left back can be a difficult shift. Hines is proving needs a bit time to adjust, but he has the physical tools and attributes to definitely do so.
Wharton, no spin on that ball. Gally Brown goes up, and a whistle goes for a free kick.
But again, there's a different soccer IQ that it takes to be an outside back as compared to a left winger. Now your job is a bit more defensive-minded, and pick and choose when to get forward to keep your team in it as long as you can, and really get good service, support the play, be able to defend isolated 1v1, and dictate the midfielder in front of you and put him in good spots so that he can affect the play going the other way as well.
Well, we passed the hour mark at Cheney Stadium. Dave, S2 were taking the match to Rio Grande Valley in the first half. They haven't been able to do that the first 15 of the second. What's been going on?
On that last sequence, Ray Sari had the ball at his feet with men in front of him and instead pulled it back. And I wanted to see him keep going forward there. Both David Olsen and Felix Chinkum were ahead of him, and there were opportunities to press for goal as opposed to keep possession. They need to take advantage of those turnovers in the midfield and create opportunities or chances.
Here's an opportunity coming off a turnover in the midfield. It's Shandon Hopiau cutting his way inside. A left-footed shot. Sanchez goes to ground to stop it and holds it in play. Prophetic from you, Dave Clark.
Yeah, more like that.
Yes, not bad at all by Hopiau, but Dave hit it perfectly on the head. In the first half, we saw Sari and Narbonne drive with that ball into the heart of the Toros defense and look to spring players. You saw them with players in front of him, how he pulled it back, you know, and rightfully so, possibly to keep possession. But again, the first half, a definitely different shift in mentality that they had to just really push and drive with hard, decisive runs to penetrate and break the lines of the Toros.
Hines looking for a target, was slowly creeping his way down the line. Now will be pushed way back by Levi Rippey. One of those gamesmanship things you mentioned, James, just seeing exactly how much you can get away with.
And also, I don't think he was comfortable with the options that he was receiving.
Garza calling for a long ball. Instead, it's hit toward the head of Kai Green. Over it, though. Out for a throw-in. Hines. Chankin gets a header to it and loses it out of play. Sorry. Give and go from Olsen. His first touch lets him down. It's knocked away by Kai Green. And Delgado is offside. Ball hung up in the puddle there. Green draws the free kick.
Referee could have let the play go on that one. Toros were driving. They probably want advantage on that.
Green still moving gingerly when he gets back up. Todd Wharton, Victor Garza talking to the referee, probably asking as politely as they can for a yellow card. Instead, you'll see Connor Donovan line up over this ball. He'll reshort it, start toward it. And Sam Rogers. Well, Rogers was convinced that ball had gone over the byline. Another look at that foul there. Gonzalez just manages to take out the plant leg as he runs by.
Again, you see the effort by the Toros there to really press and dictate the game. That's what we saw from the first half from S2, to run down any balls, to really scratch and battle for the right to play. And you see the Toros winning that right to play now just because they've been battling and willing to get stuck in the 50-50s, fight for second balls, run down loose balls. Now they're able to connect some passes.
has been all Toros here in the second half. They have the lead 2-1. This is Felix Chankum picking his head up. He'll go wide right to Hopiao. Ball's behind him. Ulysses on the overlap. It's Ulysses out wide. Ulysses, early ball. Beyond Chankum, who goes down. Levi Rippey blows for a free kick, but in the other direction. Chankum looked like he might have been thinking about trying to line up the bicycle kick there.
I think he was. Put in a pretty ambitious effort there.
Look at it here on the wide angle. Yeah.
But that's the type of surge that you saw from the first half from S2. They just needed to not get away from their game. Do exactly that down the right and left side of the field.
Ulysses loses footing a little bit. Delgado gets a foot to LA. Brown forced to dish, but can't get it past Garza. Narbonne comes in.
Now you can keep it. There you go.
It's David Olsen, wide to Hopiao. His run runs him straight into the path of Olsen. He and Delgado collide. Play continues. This is LA going on a run downfield.
Great
Through
ball.
for Chankum. LA, the shot,
Great
the
ball.
score! Felix Chankum's on a brace here in the 67th minute, and we're level 2-2.
Again, you see LA step in. Olsen with a great hold-up play is able to slip him through. LA with a perfectly weighted ball for Chankum and a little clip over a sliding goalkeeper for a fantastic finish.
This little Torres that we kind of saw with the center back all the way up in the attacking space getting an assist.
What composure from Chankum on the touch, the finish, just the simple little chip puts it on frame. We're level, and it looks like right away that's going to spark a tactical move. David Estrada receiving some final instructions here, and he's coming on for David Olsen before play restarts. Second substitution from S2.
Estrada is now the only player for S2 to appear in every match.
Yeah, Estrada will bring again that energy, that urgency to play. I thought Olsen did well in spots, but again, I want to see a total body of work from him. He's too good of a player to be satisfied with spot duty and spot impact. I just think he can impact the game a bit more, and you saw it there.
Gonzalez, that's a turnover to Chankum. Chankum, he's in, he shoots! He misses wide of the left post. Oh, Felix Chankum. He thought for sure he had it and just picked up his head a little too much as he was coming in on that ball.
Perfect opportunity to really turn this game on its head.
Looks like it wouldn't have mattered. It appears the flag, no, the flag didn't go for offside. That's just a straight out-and-out goal kick.
Put that on frame, young fella, put that on frame. Great effort again. Great opportunity, rather. Decent effort. You want to put that on frame or force a goalkeeper into a save. You don't want to miss the frame from there. Hines did it in the first half. Chankum here in the second. S2 creating full opportunities in this game.
Ball into Gonzalez. It's turned over.
There we go. Good spot by Hopiao. And forces that. That's what you want. Great reactions by Hopiao. Great read of the play. Tactical awareness.
This is Sari. A couple of defenders on his trail race. Sari going down.
Referee letting it play a little bit. No problem.
All lost out the far end. James, we often talk about how goals have the capacity to energize a team. What does that feel like as a player, and how do you take advantage of it?
Yeah, I think that was a great opportunity. I think the second one would have even been more so, but gets S2 back in this game. They bring on Estrada to affect the game as well, some more with his experience. And S2 seems to have turned the momentum a bit.
Big switch, looking for Azriel Gonzalez. Kai Green heads it away. Green gives chase to the touchline and can only safely escort it out.
But goals always change momentum of games. They always have the ability to change games and build momentum for teams. So it was a great goal by Chankum.
70th minute. We're level 2-2 on a goal 3 minutes ago from Felix Chankum. Second of the match, third of the season. Narbonne wants the big ball toward Hopiau.
Great ball.
Ulysses running underneath. Chankum.
Good hold-up play.
Ulysses. Back in. This is
runners
Estrada.
in the box.
Cut back cross, diving header clearance from Donovan.
And again, good spot. So S2 is doing exactly what they did in the first half. As the play is occurring, they're edging their line so that they can feed the aggressors off on the second and third ball and really pin and lock this team in.
Well, now we're going to see Monday Atim, the young Nigerian, coming on here in the 71st minute. And it appears that Victor Garza's day is done.
It may look simple, but I like Chankum tonight. Just his hold-up play has been cleaner than in weeks past. He seems to have some confidence. Obviously, goals will do that for you, but it's just simple layoffs to be able to hold the ball up, lay it off, and allow and connect your team with the play. If he can do that consistently, he'll actually benefit because he'll create more opportunities for him in front of the net.
This is Aguilar. Wide left, it's Enriquez. Atim calling for it at the back post.
Great tackle. Great timing of the tackle there.
Denzel Ulysses has had himself a couple of good stops today. I know you mentioned he was kind of caught out a little bit on some of those goals, but he's come up with some major stops in the last couple matches for S2. Wharton for the in-swinger. Instead goes straight on the ground back to Luke. Luke serves one in. Sea of bodies, Rodriguez L.A. is the man who rises to the occasion. And Kai Green can't hold that in. Run toward Gonzalez, bounces over the puddle. That's a water hazard out there, you know? You gotta plan how you're gonna lie. Estrada. Raysari.
Great run by Hopiau.
Slipping one through for Hopiau. Kyle Adams comes, still Hopiau. Hopiau! And he's missed it wide.
Great connected play through the midfield. Allows a splitting ball to occur. Great run by Hopiau. Good timing on that.
That's something that Hutch wants to see a little bit more out of Hopiau too. Be a bit more selfish. Take those shots. Try to get those goals. That's what his role is. He's supposed to be the goal-scoring winger.
Hopiau, last goal came in October of 2017. Delgado looking for Itim. Pardon me, Kai Green. Tim is drifted inside. Hines up toward Chankum. And you see there, S2 just moving up as a unit. Trying to keep the pressure on. Results in a turnover to Narbonne. Sorry. He's dispossessed and wins it right back. And committed a foul in the process. Sorry. Has some words for Levi Rippey. You can see some of them there, but we won't repeat them for you.
And you can see over here when we're getting a throw in, especially with Hines, some confusion. That's where it takes a collective effort just to say, hey, let's just get the ball up the field. Let's shape ourselves to not only challenge for the first one, but win the second ball as well.
Adams toward to Tim. Hines wins the header for S2. Estrada. Gonzalez. Well, free kick given there. David Estrada's not happy with the call. Neither are the home fans. James, your thoughts?
Yeah, unfortunate there. Could go either way. The referee's been letting play go a little bit. Now it's tightened up. I thought he was going to let play go, but decided to call it back. Set piece opportunity needs to be defended well by S2. Again, it's the first and second ball.
Effort from Wharton. Click on header from Hines. Met at the back post. Shuffled back in. Headed down. And Estrada runs onto it on the back pass. Picks out Denzo Ulysses. Ulysses steaming down the far sideline. Cuts back in, trying to get it to Hopiau.
Great.
The back heel, the shot! Turned wide of the net.
Great surging play by S2 again. Fantastic. Just again, hard, decisive runs being rewarded, and then you allow yourself to be able to play in your 18. Great layout by Hopiau. I know Estrada wants that one back. Great effort. Fantastic break by S2.
When they're playing with instinct, they look so much better. They're not thinking about what they're supposed to be doing, and so they just run onto goal. It's instinctual. That layoff wasn't something that Hopiau thought of when the ball was at his feet. He just did it.
Absolutely.
Nick Hines.
And you see it again coming from flank play. That's, for me, is when S2's at their best. Flank play kind of dictates and initiates their attack very well. But that comes from being a cohesive unit in the center of the midfield, getting the ball wide, and making hard runs.
Estrada, 3 defenders around him. Hines does enough to win the throw. Hines kind of pulled up a little bit lame there on the near sideline.
Did that ball catch him into place?
No, I think he got maybe collided with the defender a bit. Collided with the opponent.
John Hutchinson just called something down to his team members who are warming up. Rogers. Chankum.
Well done by Chankum. Great hold-up play again. Allows great look. Hopiau was open. Unfortunate good thought, but that comes again from great hold-up play by Chankum, using his body, laying it off simply.
That's 2 restarts back to LA. Sorry toward Narbonne. And Narbonne, once again, misplayed ball. And once again, Narbonne and Hines having an on-field disagreement.
Twice now they've been not on the same page, and honestly simple plays, simple passes just to be able to connect. So look for them to do better on the third one.
Enriquez. Luke on the overlap and finds him. Scoops it back in. That ball coming across the face of goal, and Hines.
Good spot by Hines.
There to meet it at the back post. Monday Tim was there to provide the pressure.
Good double chop by Luke down the left flank there. Puts in a dangerous teasing ball. Hines in a good spot.
Look at it there. A lot of action on that ball in the air, and Hines just first man to it. Todd Wharton to take the corner from the near side. No one in front of Callie Brown. It's chopped back. This is Enriquez.
Good closing down by Estrada.
Raysari selling out, but concedes the throw-in, not the corner.
That's the second or third time the Toros have settled for a shot from distance, trying to pound it through the crowd. It just doesn't make sense to do.
Yeah, they're going to trying to change it up and get creative.
Green, low ball in toward Delgado. Comes
Again,
back
they
to
don't
Brown.
have targets for set pieces, so they're trying a little bit of creative ingenuity to try to create some opportunities. But I agree with you. I think sometimes it's better just to get it served into the box, see what happens.
Narbonne picks out Ulysses. Has Hopiau in front of him. LA over top. Ulysses runs, carried him through. He can't reach that ball. Luke under pressure. Picks out Aguilar. Now it's LA. He's under pressure from Delgado. And he just puts it out of play. 80th minute. 2-2 between Rio Grande Valley FC and Sounders FC 2. James staring down the barrel these last 10 minutes. Do you think there's a winner in it for either side?
I do. I think S2 has another one in them. I really do.
Today's attendance here at Cheney Stadium, 2,798 on hand to see what's turned into a very dramatic game in its late phases.
It's one where you needed to come early and stay late. With a goal in the first minute and heavy action in the second half.
Luke looking for space. Narbonne sticks a foot in there.
Great tackle by Narbonne.
Estrada run off the ball. He's brought down. Turned over to a Tim. Rogers cuts it out of the air.
Great double play.
Slides around, gets there ahead of Wharton. Wharton recovers. Green. Wharton. And Tim making the run. The flag is up.
Well done there by Rogers to win the first one, but also stay alive and focus for the second attempt as well, and then get back into the back line and get it organized. Well done by the youngster.
Hopia making a big run down the middle. Holds it up now as the ball gets us to Ulysses. LA wants the home run shot. Chankum trying to outmaneuver Kyle Adams. Enriquez. Dave, you just get the sense that whichever team gets a solid run of possession is going to come away with this one. And now it's Ulysses. Ulysses uncorks one. It's spilled to the back post. The conversion. The goal! Azriel Gonzalez, his first professional goal. And it comes in the 82nd minute. And what a time to strike true.
Fantastic, fantastic play by S2 there. Again, starts with flank play. Ulysses has been very good all night. Drives, decides to have a go, does so, and a great follow. Alertness by the youngster to be aware on this wet, dewy surface. At
16, I was working at Dairy Queen. This guy's scoring goals.
Well, what a moment for Gonzalez. We see a sub there on the tail end of the action. We'll try to get notification on that for you. But a huge moment for Azriel Gonzalez. And the smoke going off in the ECS section. Take another look. Great shot, forces the spill by Sanchez, and Gonzalez leaves nothing to doubt. Smashing that one home there in the 82nd minute.
Great follow-up, great alertness, great awareness. Picked his spot very well. Still had a lot to do, even given with the open net being closed down and the goalkeeper retreating back.
Ball through to a Tim. It's at the byline. Cut back cross. Players down in the box, and a free kick going S2's way.
And again, almost a response given up. Referee is on it. Good call. It's a foul. This is the gamesmanship now. Now let the team breathe. Let everyone get set. Milk it a bit. Get organized. No need to rush it back into play. Have a few conversations around the field, and let everyone know that we are not losing this game. We are getting out here with 3 points. That should be the conversation being had.
Francisco Narbonne was teaching the ball kid exactly how to slow down the game just a little bit on that play.
Brown restarts plays. We tick into the 84th minute. Estrada. That one knocked down. Rio Grande Valley, they've been potent all night now. They have to reach
closing
deep.
By Estrada. Fantastic. There you go again. No need to rush it. Stay connected.
Now they're going to wave his teammates forward. Goes for the long switch toward Gonzalez. Well, sometimes scoring a goal can put an extra step or two of pace. Not enough to reach that ball.
Good spot by Rogers.
Estrada.
Good connection. Good touch.
Gonzalez, yeah, you see it there. That's a one-stroke penalty. Sam Rogers cleans it up. And it looks like the whistle had gone there, so we're going to have a free kick. There's a little too much shoulder action from Nick Hines. 85th minute, approaching the critical 5.
Hines has certainly struggled at left back, that not being his natural position. Again, it's just decision making. He's been put in a couple tight spots. Sometimes instead of trying to dribble, play at the back, you just want to see it dumped in, have the team chase it a bit.
Wharton goes short and square to Aguilar. Aguilar from range, headed down by Narbonne, straight to Luke. Wide to Kai Green. Luke once more. Going through. Chopped in, headed down by Delgado. Spilled to the backside. Recycled back to Wharton. Looping ball in. Diving header clearance from LA. Zaldivar reaches that ball, goes down in the heap. Now it's Wharton challenging.
Referee letting it play a little bit. I like it.
Raysari, kind of the veteran move, just blasting that ball down into space.
Clear it out, kill time.
Yeah, allows the team to edge up. He knew he didn't have any options.
Well, we told you we'd get info on the substitute who came on. It's Zach Wright, 22-year-old out of Smithville, Texas. Came on after that goal was scored by Gonzalez. Right now trying to get involved. Right now it's Gonzalez. Dispossessed by Green, ball trickling toward the end line and over. So a corner kick, another chance for S2 to run some time off this clock.
Absolutely. This is where you get organized, have some communication.
Looks like there's another S2 substitute waiting. Looks like it's going to be Dylan Tevez waiting to check in at the next appropriate stoppage. So there will be 2 S2 players that have seen action in every match this season, Dave. But in the meantime, interesting looking corner kick. Low ball in. Headed away by Green. Back in from Narbonne. This is a Tim. Narbonne goes to ground. It's going to be Ulysses who controls it. Flipped ahead toward Hopiao. Cut back cross, Chenkum, and it's over the bar.
Well done by Hopiao again. Great through ball by Narbonne. Hopiao doing very, very well this game. Just getting, again, decisive runs, but he's getting some end product on it, whether it's a shot, whether it's a service. He's actually producing on the other end, which is very good to see. Chenkum again with another opportunity.
Felix Chenkum taking the long walk to midfield to be replaced by Dylan Tevez. Levi Rippey going to usher him along, and well, that shot from him that's over the bar, his last involvement of the match, but what an involvement he has had. 2-goal performance from him, including a goal to open things up in the first minute.
Great opportunity for Tevez today to really advance his game. This is going to be a gritty next 5 to 6 minutes. It's not going to necessarily be a technical game. It's going to be a game where you need to battle, win second balls, and if you can connect play out of it, great. You need to be organized. You may need to get into a tackle or two. You may need to draw a yellow card in a non-dangerous spot. But it's going to be a gritty next 5 minutes. Estrada's moved up top, so he'll continue to press the back line of the Toros and rush them.
Aguilar. Going back to Donovan. And you see Estrada. Even he's not going to close that distance, and he recognizes it. Sanchez looking long. Only finds Ele. Sari gets a header to it.
Good win by Sari.
Remember, as you're considering your preliminary calculations for stoppage time, Raysari was down on the ground for an extended period of time here in the second half. David Estrada going to get a talking to from Levi Rippey for standing too close to the free kick, but it looks like that's it.
That's an example of gamesmanship that James likes to bring out. Just slowing that game down, refusing to back away.
Tevez wins that header.
Absolutely.
Wharton picks out Wright. Wright could be in here. Wright, the shot, it's behind Callie Brown. He stopped it under his armpit.
Well done by Brown there, to be sure. Had to be big save for him to even pick up that cross. Very important for this team. Again, Hines a bit done on the play. Closes down maybe a bit too fast. Needs to chop his steps a few steps earlier.
The ball into space.
Good defending.
Cut back, and it's Hopiao. Ball's gone out. It's going to be a throw-in. Luke goes inside. Aguilar. Forced back to Wharton. Wharton from long range. That one spilled by Brown. It's loose. He comes down to it again and still loose.
Good clearance by Rogers there,
Fantastic hit. Yep, fantastic hit. Dipping ball. Hits the turf right before the goalkeeper. Always difficult to handle on the wet surface.
Another one in. Brown looks to punch that one clear. Tevez heads it down. He's cleaned out. That'll win a free kick. Now, you talked about getting gritty. Dylan Tevez.
And you see him being rewarded now. Look at Narbonne saying, hey, that's what we need to win this game. Exactly that.
Another look at the double stop from Brown. The first one was pretty standard, but it got away from him. Just stretches out and denies Monday a Tim, as we're being told 4 minutes of stoppage time is what we will see here at Cheney Stadium. S2 on top, 3-2, thanks to an 82nd minute goal from Azriel Gonzalez, the 16-year-old, who was subbed on here in the second half.
This is going to be an eventful 4 minutes of stoppage. RGV still pressing, still has energy to push forward. It's going to be very direct, so we need challenges on the first and second balls. Going to need some bravery and courage to close out these next 4 minutes, and some soccer intelligence, some soccer IQ. If S2 gets an opportunity, you want to close it, waste time in the corner, kick it out for deep throw-ins, and play safety versus risk.
Hines pinned deep here for a throw-in. It's a long looping one that's won by Kai Green. Headed down by Zaldivar. Delgado, and it's too high. Gally Brown going to take his time getting this goal kick set up.
It's interesting with 3 defensive midfielders on the field right now, Sarri, Narbonne, and Tevez. They're communicating about who's going to be the left, right, and center, who's going to step forward once in a while. They've all 3 mixed it up.
Brown sends it away once more. Kyle Adams wins the header. Knocked back towards Sanchez. Sanchez looking long toward a Tim. Only finds Shandon Hopiau. David Estrada's offside, so he can't give that ball any sort of chase. S2 seeing if they can lock down stoppage time and this 1-goal lead. Luke going over the top. Adams has drifted forward from his center back role. He settles the ball on the far end. Hopiau goes down. Curling cross, free header, and that's going to go out for another goal kick.
Hopiau wanted a high kick. Again, that's where you just have to be brave, fight on through it. Don't look for the referee to bail you out. Battle, scrap, pull, claw for any type of advantage you can to pull out this result, because it's a much needed result for this team.
Brown was just given the verbal warning from Levi Rippey. Next one will be a card. Blast that ball toward midfield. Ray Sari heads it forward. Gonzalez sets up underneath it. He's going to do battle with Kai Green. Headed from Adams. Tim. Ulysses trying to knock it down, coming over the top. S2 with the throw-in on the far end.
Good. Some gamesmanship going on. Narbonne.
Estrada. Dylan Tevez going over the top. That's going to trickle back to Sanchez.
Perhaps you kick that out for a deep throw-in. Try to find the channel, not directly to the goalkeeper.
And it's Route 1 soccer here at Cheney Stadium. Monday a Tim onto this ball. Ulysses giving chase. He slides to ground.
Been fantastic tonight. Great tackle.
Ulysses staying down there. Luke throwing the ball in frustration. Trainers are going to come on here to check on Denzo Ulysses. Another timely challenge from him. Look at it there on the right edge of your screen. Well, no margin for error.
Great tackle. It's been very good tonight defensively, in his 1v1 duel going forward. Provide some bright spots. Very good.
Torres going to be up a man for just a few moments.
You don't want to play down a man, so you would rather him have popped back up, because now you're unbalanced a little bit playing down a man until the referee calls you on. He's not going to call you on until they're out of this spot.
Another sliding challenge. That time from Hopiao on Donovan concedes the corner.
Here we go.
7th of the game.
Here's the challenge. The challenge is defend this set piece. To win this game at home, the first and second balls critical. Third balls.
Outswinger. Going away from goal into a mess of bodies, and it's a free kick for S2.
Good. Defending set pieces is an attitude that you're going to win it. You need to be brave when called upon to challenge for it. And you also need to be able to be mindful of the second and third balls as well. There you see the attitude for S2 is just a bit different. There's an attitude now. There's a chip on their shoulder. They want to win this game, which is good. And RGV is not an easy opponent. They have definitely been pressing this game and have showed well themselves.
Levi Rippey blows the whistle, and S2 on the back of the late Azriel Gonzalez goal take all 3 points at home. 3-2 against Rio Grande Valley FC. James, this match had a bit of everything.
Absolutely, and that's how much it means. I'm looking at the center field right now, and you see Sari just absolutely brilliant in his celebration, letting him know that, hey, our hard work has been rewarded, and this is only the first step. You see the S2 players embracing each other, knowing, hey, we're capable of winning games in this league, and we can do it. We need to do it by technical ability, tactical awareness, but also sometimes you just need some grit, some attitude, and we need to play with a chip on our shoulder.
Dave Clark, this is a Rio Grande Valley team that will stay in Cascadia for this week. They'll head down to face T2 on Wednesday. What do they need to change to take 3 points down at Providence?
I don't know that they need to change much. They got from pressure, they created opportunities for themselves. One thing that I would coach them towards is cut down a little bit on the long shots, make one more pass, don't try to get as cute on the set pieces, and they're used to the rain now, so they should be ready for that down in Portland.
Rio Grande Valley falling to 2 losses, 2 draws on the season, still looking for that elusive first win. S2 improving to 2-4, 6 points for them now, which with all the action around the USL this weekend, we won't really be able to make sense of what that means for the standings until come Monday. The Sounders, too, will be on the road next at Colorado Springs Switchbacks on April 21st for a 5 p.m. start. As you can see here, S2 making the rounds around the stadium to thank the home support for coming out. James, always a great tradition.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've been there as a player. When you're on a losing streak, your food doesn't taste as good, you don't sleep as well, things of that sort. You already see the vibrancy in their step to applaud this crowd for coming out here on this rainy Saturday night. Their food is going to taste much better tonight, and I'm sure they'll sleep very well. And that's just the lifestyle of a pro. That's you almost are judged by your results. It's a transactional game. And this is a great team performance by S2 tonight. They deserve to celebrate and be proud of their full body of work.
And there they are, thanking ECS for coming out. ECS thanking them right back for what was a great display. 2 goals from Felix Chankum, 1 in the first minute of play, and the pro debut goal for Azriel Gonzalez in the 82nd minute. He gets the game winner. That's going to do it for us here from Cheney Stadium. For James Riley, Dave Clark, our director Adam Weigel, and all of us here down in Tacoma, I'm Andrew Harvey. Thank you for joining us on ESPN Plus, and we'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.